I work for a guy. If you're an adult, you probably do as well. Even if you're younger, you work for a coach or a teacher. If you're younger, you work for the person that pays your salary. If you're older, unless you're unlucky enough to have bought into the idea of retiring and becoming meaningless. I work for a guy, and in industry, 27 years in high tech, the person I worked for was 90% imaginary. The executives of whatever corporations I was working with, who I had almost no FaceTime with, I had to cobble together what information I could and imagine who they were and imagine what would delight them and act accordingly. I was extreme in that, but I was far from unique. We all do that, guessing what will please the boss. We, therefore, well, and also we have various people in our lives that are very significant to us, and we have varying degrees of FaceTime, specific interaction with them. But a large percentage of the time, we're living out of our imagination. We're imagining who they are and what they want at any particular time and how to delight them, get what we want from them. Approaching every waking moment now, thank goodness, because I'm learning how to do it out of my imagination. I am taking the 620 bits of information, discrete bits of information from the four Gospels that tell me who the Jesus of the imagination of the four Gospel writers and all the people between then and now, who that person is and what would delight them. And it has given me the best life I can imagine, the internal life, which is the only life you and I have. We'll never know that we aren't in the Matrix. That's a useful thought experiment. The only life you and I have is what's going on inside us. We have convinced ourselves that our life is the external world. It isn't. It's what's, and that's simply a verifiable fact if anyone wants to take a moment to think about it. The only life we have is the one inside us. So making that world as gratifying as possible is the sane use of our time. And it turns out that we are compassionate, empathic creatures, though we've learned to attenuate that. But our optimal gratification requires that we optimize the gratification in our imagination of everyone around us. Joy being the optimal gratification, there's a sub-level of gratification, which we've convinced ourselves is the only level, and that's pleasure, where selfishness reigns. So I am approaching every waking breath to delight a fellow that hasn't been on the planet for 2,000 years, probably never was on the planet in the sense that what I have is the imaginings of whatever team of gospel writers and the people between then and now. But it's awesome. Yeah, at one level it sounds insane. In fact, I think it is the height of sanity to be doing what I'm doing. And between the Jesus and the gospel writers and those that have assembled the gospel since, the brilliance of what they gave us is just extraordinary.